Have you ever wondered how much of our world today is shaped by the events of the past? History, like a vast and intricate tapestry, weaves together countless threads of events, people, and ideas. It's a grand narrative, a story that's been unfolding since the dawn of time itself. The concept of history is not merely about dates, places, and names. It's so much more. It's about understanding the journey of mankind, tracing the footsteps of our ancestors, and comprehending how their actions, decisions, and discoveries have shaped the world we live in today. It's about learning from past triumphs and tragedies to help us navigate the ever-changing currents of the present and steer us towards a better future. History is the bedrock on which our societies are built. It's the compass that guides our path, the mirror that reflects our identity, and the lens through which we view our world. It helps us understand why things are the way they are, why people behave the way they do, and why societies function the way they do. But history is not just about the big, epoch-defining events. It's also peppered with fascinating, lesser-known facts and stories that have had significant impacts, often in the most unexpected ways. These random facts from history can be as intriguing as they are enlightening, offering unique insights into the human condition and our shared heritage. For instance, did you know that the humble potato, introduced to Europe in the late 16th century from South America, played a crucial role in population growth and urbanization? Or that the invention of the printing press in the 15th century not only revolutionized the spread of information, but also played a pivotal role in the Protestant Reformation? These are the kind of fascinating tidbits we'll be exploring in this series, diving deep into the annals of history to unearth hidden gems that have shaped our world in myriad ways. So buckle up as we journey through time, exploring intriguing facts from history. Our journey begins in the ancient times, where civilizations were born and legends were made. Let's delve into the mysteries of the past, starting with the Egyptians. The land of the pharaohs was not only known for its majestic pyramids, but also for its significant contributions to mathematics and architecture. They were the first to develop a written script, known as hieroglyphics, which became the foundation for many modern languages. Now let's journey to the sunny shores of ancient Greece. It was a time of great thinkers and philosophers, like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. These minds gave birth to the concept of democracy, the principles of philosophy, and even the Olympic Games. Notably, their contributions to science, particularly in the field of astronomy, continue to guide us in understanding our universe even today. Finally, we arrive in the grandeur of ancient Rome. They were the architects of an empire spanning from the sunny Mediterranean to the cold northern regions of Britannia. The Romans were not just great warriors, they were also ingenious engineers. They built roads, aqueducts, and monumental structures like the Colosseum, which still stands tall today. But perhaps their most enduring legacy is their legal system. The principles of Roman law form the backbone of many modern legal systems around the globe. And let's not forget their language, Latin. While it's no longer spoken, it continues to influence many of the words we use today. It's the root of the Romance languages and is widely used in the fields of medicine, law, and science. These civilizations, each unique and influential in their own right, were pioneers in many fields. They laid the groundwork for much of what we see and use in our lives today. From language and law to architecture and philosophy, their contributions continue to be felt in our modern world. So as we stand on the shoulders of these ancient giants, we must remember and appreciate their ingenuity, their courage, and their enduring legacy. These ancient civilizations were indeed the building blocks of our modern world. As we move forward in time, we enter the Middle Ages and the Renaissance, periods of great change and innovation. The Middle Ages, spanning from the 5th to the 15th century, was a time of profound transformation in Europe. For instance, the Black Death, one of the deadliest pandemics in human history, swept across the continent in the 14th century, wiping out roughly a third of the population. Yet from this devastation emerged an unexpected outcome. With fewer workers, labor became more valuable, leading to improved living standards and wage increases for the survivors. In terms of warfare, the Middle Ages witnessed the famed Crusades, a series of religious wars sanctioned by the Latin Church in the medieval period. These conflicts had a profound impact on the world, creating cultural exchanges and influencing architecture, literature, and even cuisine. As the Middle Ages gave way to the Renaissance in the late 14th century, we see a cultural shift like no other. The Renaissance, meaning rebirth, was a period of renewed interest in the arts, science, and philosophy. It was during this time that the great polymath Leonardo da Vinci flourished, contributing to diverse fields such as painting, sculpture, architecture, science, music, mathematics, engineering, literature, anatomy, geology, astronomy, botany, writing, history, and cartography. The Renaissance also marked the start of the Age of Discovery, a period of extensive overseas exploration that opened up new trade routes and led to the discovery of new lands. This era of exploration was kick-started by pioneers like Christopher Columbus and Vasco da Gama, whose voyages transformed the world's understanding of its geography. In terms of science, the Renaissance brought about the Copernican revolution, a shift from the belief that the Earth was the center of the universe to the understanding that it orbited the Sun. This change in perspective, championed by Nicholas Copernicus, set the stage for modern astronomy. Indeed, these periods were a turning point in history, paving the way for the modern world. Now we enter the modern era, a time of rapid progress and change. The modern era, a time of unprecedented progress and transformation, kicked off with the Industrial Revolution. This period was marked by a shift from hand production methods to machines, new chemical manufacturing and iron production processes, the increased use of steam power, and the development of machine tools. Imagine a world without cars, trains, or even the clothes you're wearing. These are all products of the Industrial Revolution. It was a time of great innovation that has played a large part in shaping today's world. Next, we shift our focus to the World Wars, two global conflicts that changed the face of history. The First World War, also known as the Great War, was a war like no other, involving over 30 nations and resulting in the death of millions. The Second World War was even more extensive and destructive, leading to significant changes in political, social, and technological landscapes. These wars have left indelible marks on our world, influencing the way we think about conflict, diplomacy, and international relations. Following the World Wars, we entered the chilling period of the Cold War, a time of political and military tension between powers in the Western Bloc and powers in the Eastern Bloc. This era saw the rise of nuclear weapons and the space race, pushing technology and scientific discovery to new frontiers. The Cold War has had profound implications for global politics and international relations, with its effects still being felt today. Finally, we arrive at the digital revolution, a period marked by the shift from traditional industry to an economy based on information technology. Today, we live in a world where we can communicate with anyone, anywhere, at any time, thanks to the digital revolution. This period has drastically reshaped our societies and our everyday lives, revolutionizing everything from the way we work to the way we socialize. The modern era has indeed been a period of rapid change and development, setting the stage for our present-day society. Our journey through time has led us to the present day, where the echoes of the past still resonate. Starting from the foundations of history, we've seen how the first civilizations laid the groundwork for the world as we know it. Their innovations in agriculture, technology, and governance set the stage for the future, while their cultures and philosophies continue to shape our thoughts and beliefs. Moving on to the ancient times, we've marveled at the architectural wonders of the Greeks and Romans, the mathematical genius of the Egyptians, and the sprawling trade networks of the Silk Road. These civilizations, with their feats of science, art, and culture, laid the foundations of the modern world. Then we stepped into the Middle Ages and the Renaissance, a time of great change and discovery. From the feudal societies of Europe to the vibrant city-states of Italy, we saw a world in flux. The period gave birth to new ideas in science, art, and philosophy that challenged the status quo and propelled us into the modern era. In the modern era, we witnessed the rapid pace of change brought about by the Industrial Revolution, 2 world wars, and the digital age. We saw the world grow smaller and more interconnected, as nations and cultures collided and collaborated in ways unimaginable in past eras. Throughout this journey, it's clear that history is not just a record of past events, but an ongoing narrative that shapes our world. It's a tapestry woven with threads of human achievement, struggle, and hope. It's the story of us, and it's a story that's still being written. Understanding history helps us comprehend our present and shape our future. It reminds us of the triumphs and failures of those who came before us, offering valuable lessons and insights. It shows us that we are part of something bigger, a grand narrative that spans across time and space. As we look to the future, we carry the lessons of the past, ready to make our own mark in history.